My name is Shamayah, and I'm a LinkedIn strategist, business coach, and author of Happiness is a Verb. And this webinar will be different. I'm kind of going fast, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't interact. I do love to hear from you in the chat. If I don't get to your questions right now, at the end, I will have some opportunity for ask more questions. Just also know that, you may not get everything at once, but there's a lot of content even in this hour that we have together. And as you probably know, it's impossible to succeed if you can't persist. Because how many successful people do you know that gave up before they achieved their target? Like none. So if you can't make it to the end of the webinar, which is only going to be about an hour, I say it's better you leave now because you won't get the real value of it. You see, really nothing valuable comes easy in life. But if you stay and you actually participate, you contribute, the next hour could be the first step on your path that you've been searching on for many years. And I have an incredible gift for people who stay till the end, something really valuable that will help you a lot in your business and in your life. So we'll get to that today as well. Now we have lots of people from all over, amazing and still new people joining. Thank you so much. We have Kenya, Northern Virginia, India. Ted, welcome. Great to see you. Hello from Florida. We have Robert. Welcome and thank you for joining. Anissa, good morning. Great to see you. Amazing. Okay, let's get started. Because you have to play. Success doesn't come from sitting on the sideline. Like if you look at Wimbledon, the players get paid, but the audience pays to watch. So in order for you to get paid, we want you to participate, to act, like to be part of life and to get engaged. This training today will improve your income, your life, and your happiness. So let me start with something here. Oh, yes, that's the other thing. Sorry, I forgot. That I do want to do something special. I really want to make sure that you get the value out of the presentation today. So before we actually get into the next step, I would love to invite you to write in the chat the most important things that brought you here today. What is it that you would like to learn? Because I want to help you. I want to teach you what you need. So I would really like to get some input from you. And if you can be specific, it would be very helpful. Because if you say, well, I want to learn about LinkedIn or leads, like obviously, but what specifically is it that you need? What did you get stuck with? What have you tried and didn't work? I'd love to see like really what is it that you need? Expand sales with up-to-date strategies. Yes. Strategy for generating leads on LinkedIn. Okay, that's great. Strategies, connect with buyers. Okay, it would help also if you give me the answers and like more specific, like who are your buyers, lead generation, automation in combo with GPT, promote events that I'm running. Okay, how to get leads via LinkedIn content. Okay, the kind of posts, get clients for health coaching and wellness online coaching. That's definitely great. More engagement, LinkedIn outreach. I understand. AI, B2B lead generation automation tools, strategies for leads, cold outreach, amazing. Amazing, and thank you for your contribution and participation. As I mentioned, if I look here, this is where I have to chat. So, highly qualified tools for the sales team. Bernard, welcome. Great to see you. Personality and leadership skills. Okay, lead generation. Okay, amazing. We'll definitely cover that. Conversion of contacts to active leads for corporate wellness. That definitely is great. You're in the right spot. HR directors and small-sized business CEOs. Okay, definitely LinkedIn is your platform. Yes, Darlene says, want to understand how to really use my LinkedIn connections. Very good. Getting more interaction. Buyers are IT decision makers. Great, specifically on customer journey. Getting the remote work on medical billing and coding, increase the number of leads. Amazing. We have a lot of great people on the call today. More confidence to work online and build a relationship in the space. We definitely go into that. Doug, great to see you. Techniques to attract. Oh my gosh, this is a really amazing group of people. My clients are high income earners or people that want to offset their capital gains tax. Another group is self-employed people that are eligible for tax credit. Cindy, you are in the right place. You can really do very well, especially with this strategy. I would love to talk to you some more and like going more in depth. Ross, if you're already generating links for Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn is going to be a bit of a tweak. but definitely because you have them great for you because you already have the messaging, you know who you're targeting, which is huge. Online program for yoga, that's great leads, and I have millions of opportunities to generate income. Very interesting. Loose automated system, insurance. Okay, let's get going. Food safety. Cindy, yeah, please. Kara, if you can send the link, I would love to talk. Cindy, the thing is with this is you have valuable knowledge to share, and that's really amazing. So, okay. And thank you everybody for your answers, your participations. Having your camera on makes it really nice. This makes me feel like we're all together in this room. So one day I was having lunch with my mentor when I asked him, like, what should I do to become successful fast? And his answer totally surprised me, but it made a huge difference in my life and in my income. And the secret he shared with me is the proven formula I will teach you that I refined and improved for LinkedIn. And just to give you a little background, my mentor Mayor, he's an exceptional businessman who made $100 million by the age of 31 because he knew this formula. And I'm sure you really want to know what is it, right? So I'll go into more later. So do you agree? You can put up the show of hand on your screen or in the chat. Do you agree that companies who know how to market make a lot of money? Would you agree with that? Yes, I see Robert. Robert agrees. Yes. Yes. Ted also says yes, David. Because what they do is they make us fall in love with them. It's companies like Nike, Disney, and of course, Apple. I mean, people standing in line just to get the latest iPhone. And we love them. And when you love someone, you want to give, you want to help. Wouldn't you agree? Exactly. And so let's go back to that, because just imagine that your customers, your clients would love you as much as we love these big companies. How would that make a difference? And how could you apply that on LinkedIn? So what actually is marketing? Marketing are the actions that cause an ever-growing number of people to love us and so to buy from us, to give us money. And if people are not giving you money, you don't really know how to market. So how do you get people to fall in love with you on LinkedIn? To become wealthy, to succeed, you must learn the 5 components of the marketing love language. It's really the most powerful wealth secrets. And you must learn how to apply it to LinkedIn and build a system that generates leads consistently. And that's what we'll cover today, without you having to spend hours online every single day. Because I don't know about most of you, but as most business owners, it's not that you have like 2 or 3 hours that you wonder, oh, what am I going to do now? That you say, okay, I can spend this on generating leads on LinkedIn. You need a system that's time efficient and that actually works. Now, for those of you that are fairly new, I just want to give a quick overview to understand, like, what is LinkedIn and how is it different from the other platforms? While Facebook, you can command it like a family barbecue, where we catch up on live, share stories, and like give an update of what's going on. Instagram is more like a photo album where we show off our best shot. TikTok is a party with fun moves, quick tips, where LinkedIn is the business playground, where we share great ideas, we meet partners, and learn cool stuff. And so while each platform is about connecting in some way, on LinkedIn, we really build relationships to find out who's ready to team up and make magic happen. There's much more going on than just like photo sharing or funny videos. It's really about building relationships that result into something. How can we work together? How can we partner together? And let's have a quick look, because there is gold in your LinkedIn network. We want to do a quick poll to see how much gold you're actually sitting on. So we'll start the poll, and I would like to see like how many connections do you have currently? Is it like less than 1,500, 1,500 to 5,000, 5,000 to 10,000, or more than 10,000? I'll just give you a quick minute, and then we'll see like where you're at. Wow, there's quite a lot of people with more than 10,000. I'm very impressed. 5 to 10,000, 18%, so basically 28% of people have more than 5,000, 34%, 1,500 to 5,000. And then also a lot of people, 40% less than 1,500. For you, it's really good to start building now. LinkedIn is still has a lot of opportunity, You need to really catch the wave now, so that you can still benefit. Thank you for your answers. Really appreciate it. We'll end the poll and share the results. Amazing. Yeah. Sure. Okay, cool. Okay, can go now. So let's have a look what it actually means. So there were people that had between 3,000 and 5,000. So let's say you have about 5,000 connections, if that's you. So statistically, if your network is pretty good, if you have a lot of people that are like potential clients, it would be more towards the 750. If not, it could be on the lower end, let's say 250. But it means that statistically, about 250 people in your network would buy from you with more education or engagement. Plus, there are about 50 to 150 people of your connections right now that are actively seeking the solution you provide. The problem is they don't know about you. So let's say your program is $5,000, like what you're selling. If we go on the low end and say, let's say 50 clients at $5,000, that's like $250,000 worth of gold in your network. So if you're ready and you say, hey, wait a minute, I have over 10,000, I'm sitting on gold, and what do I do with it? If you're ready and you really want to like fast track, click the link, or Kara put it in the chat. I'd be happy to meet with you for a LinkedIn strategy call. Now we're going to start with the 3 mistakes that are costing you money. Because once you understand this, you can see and look in your own situation. What am I doing and how can I improve it? Number 1, which you see a lot happening, is your LinkedIn profile is about you. Now, why is this a problem? Your LinkedIn profile is the first step in your LinkedIn marketing strategy to bring results. So if this is what your LinkedIn profile looks like, then it really doesn't get your potential clients to fall in love with you. If you see here an example from Janelle Karras, a better way to buy and sell real estate, she looks like another realtor or broker, but it's actually not what she does. What she does is she generates more revenue for realtors. So her ideal clients are realtors who want to use her property auction strategy to sell their listings faster or for a better price. And then when you have that clarified from your LinkedIn profile, we're using that as the strategy for your LinkedIn event so that you're actually attracting the people that are interested in what you have to offer. You can see here, we did an event on leverage the power of real estate auctions. She had over 455 people register for the event. These are leads. These are people saying, hey, tell me more about what you offer. How can you help me? Here is another example. If your profile looks like that, please go tonight, go on Canva, just get the cover done, and also change your headline, business technology advisor. It sounds good, but nobody knows what it means or how we can help. So focus on what do you do? How can you help? What's a problem that you solve? So that the people in your network can reach out and say, hey, actually, I need help with this. So we revamped his profile, making it like much more attractive, turning it into a lead magnet, protecting law firms, keeping your law firm and clients safe from data breaches, hackers, and viruses. So immediately, if you have a law firm, you understand that it's very important to have this protection and security in place. And then combining that with an event that talks about cybersecurity, shield your company against cyber threats in 2024. So making sure that you have this one message that you're known for on LinkedIn. So even if you do multiple things, you need to either create an umbrella that combine the different ones, or you need to pick one, make that the leading one, use that for lead generation, and the other things you can do also, but on the side. You can't really have multiple things. Unless, as I mentioned, you create an umbrella. I have one client, he's amazing. He does TEDx speaker coach. He also helps leaders to write their book. And he also works with companies to write their stories to improve their strategy for the company culture. So it's like 3 totally different things, but by bringing it together and positioning him as the storytelling expert, it all fits together. And under that umbrella, he has different clients and different projects he does. And this is a mistake, the next one, that we see also a lot happening, that your about section is your resume. It should not be your resume. Even if you're looking for a job, I know it's kind of a trap to say about, you should think, okay, it's about me, but it should not be about you. Here's an example as a managing director, recruiter, I have 25 plus years experience. My core competencies include new business development. You see, it's all about him. How you want to write your about section, it should be about what you can offer and really pull people in. So we rewrote it and it says, are you struggling to find the right person who has a specialized skill set combined with industry expertise? Is the long recruitment cycle slowing down your business and costing you money? If you are looking for somebody in the chemical industry, you can relate to these pain points. And then he goes in with, okay, I specialize in bridging the gap. I have a background, but first you need to speak to the pain point or to the pleasure or desire of your ideal clients. And then also make sure you have a call to action and say, okay, what can you offer? Mistake number 2 is the quality of your content and messages. So let's start by asking this, what's more important, the quality or quantity of your content and messages? In the chat, can you quantity, authenticity? Okay, the option was quantity or quality, even though authenticity, I do agree. Both is true, Juan Paulo, but which one is the more important? One of them needs to be more important. I would lean toward quantity. Russ, very smart. Quality. Okay, both, but quality. Quantity, okay, very good. Quality, Anissa says also quantity, quality. You see, the challenge is, the mistake most people make is that they think it's the quality. The problem with quality is, how do you define it? It's the mistake most people make because it's the quantity of your marketing that determines your income. And so let me explain, because I realize that, you think, no, I want to have good posts. And I agree, you don't want to spam people, 100%. You don't want to put terrible things out. And by using quantity, even though it may not be the best quality, you will actually find out what that get people to respond. Because the question is, what is a good quality connection request? What's a quality message or a post? I mean, what you think is like really great may not be that's a great quality for somebody else. The quality is determined by what generates engagement and interest, not something that looks beautiful from your viewpoint. So when you increase the quantity of your messaging, your quantity of your connection request, the quantity of your post, you can see what's working. If you send a message and you get a lot of response to it, okay, this is working, I need to do it more. And here are some examples of successful posts. So these are actually good posts. What's a good quality? It's hard to say. But if you get like 499 comments, 10,000 likes and hearts, and a lot of engagement, reposts, okay, I'm on the right track. So the quantity is more important because the quantity gives you the opportunity to test. You see, even though you also had good responses here, 76 comments, you see that this type of message gets much more results. And then obviously you need a strategy, which I won't go into now, is how can you actually monetize the engagement that you create here? How do you bring in those leads? In this case, Shamayah he also did the LinkedIn event, and you can see that a lot of his attendees signed up for his event. This is specifically for the UK, the future of NHS care. It's very specific for his industry, and yet he had over 80 people register for it. So the key to understand is quantity. It's more important than quality. Quality, you improve over time. So what you want to do is you want to increase your outreach to land in the inbox, combined with a system to capture the leads who are interested in your offer. And this is where LinkedIn events are very powerful. It's the most effective tool to turn your LinkedIn connections into sales conversations, to generate leads and grow sales. Because as you saw with the people that sign up for the LinkedIn event, and obviously you're here, and we have wow, amazing. We have 243 people attend live with us today. We had more people register. And even though not everybody makes it, it's okay, because I still know they're interested in growing their LinkedIn lead generation system. So I can still follow up with them. I know that some of you have signed up for an event months ago and are here today. So it definitely is an incredible tool. Here are some examples of my own post that I use. So you can see here 18,000 impressions. And again, this has 275,732 impressions. So you can see, okay, this is definitely a better post. But the only way to do it is to post several, post more, do more messaging, do more connection requests so that you can see what gets the best results. Now, I have to say there is also a strategy behind it because you need to know LinkedIn's crack the code of LinkedIn's algorithms to get these type of results. So there is more to it, which in my program I go more in depth in. But here is an example of the results that if you apply the strategy, you can achieve. So let me introduce you to Matthew McKinley. He's the owner of Managed Media Services. And thanks to his LinkedIn event strategy, he had 99 leads to close later, and he generated 12,000 in initial sales. Just run on this.
We had about 100. I sent out, I think 1,000 connections. We had about 100 actually register, and we got one sale out of it. Since I'm selling a very high ticket, 5-figure B2B system, it's between $10,000 and $12,000. Just getting that one client from the process was really like a big win. And I also have about 99 other people to follow up with that now know about the product.
That's quite, so just by show of hands, I'm very curious to see how many of you would say, okay, if I would do one LinkedIn event per month and I would generate 12,000 in additional sales per month. How many of you would say, yeah, that would make a difference in my life? That would make an impact. Yes, I see Ted smiling. Nancy, I totally understand. So if you do want to book a call, you definitely can. The link we'll have in the chat. I'll just mention it a couple times because I really would love to connect with you more. I mean, it's amazing for you to be here. I'd love to share what I know, but there's things that maybe, you know, more specific for your business. I'd love to help you with that. Mistake number 3, it's a roller coaster. And you have to tell me, but this definitely was a big problem for me. You're active on LinkedIn and then you get busy and you're not doing anything for a while. And then you start to think, maybe LinkedIn isn't working for me. Anybody can relate to that one. LinkedIn is a roller coaster. Like you send connection requests, you get super excited, Amber, Nancy, and then people respond. You're like, oh, wait a minute, there's still messages there. And then you kind of keep rolling back and forth. And so it's working, but then it's not working. So what's the problem? The problem is you lack a marketing system. That's really what's so exciting about what I'll share with you. Because there's a great quote from Edward Deming that says 94% of failure is the result of the system, not the people. And would you agree that without the LinkedIn marketing system, you're likely throwing a lot of money out of the window? Anybody? Just because, exactly, Nancy says consistency is key. Just because you don't have the follow-up that you know you should. There was an interesting research done. You might have heard it say that it takes to close somebody takes 8 touch points. Well, they actually said in this company that did a lot of marketing and did a big study on that, where they said it actually takes from a cold lead to just booking a call can take 30 to 50 touch points. So if you connect with somebody and then respond and never hear from you, you just missed out because it still could be a great client. Okay, anything, questions, anything up to now? Consistency is key. Okay, great, that's true. Amazing, okay. He's gone. My sister's words struck me like lightning. I'm sorry, she said softly. We tried to call you to say your last words. And I sat there in shock, trying to process, and tears started flowing. From sadness, yes, but also from gratitude. Because earlier that year in May, my dad had wanted to take a family trip together, which was especially precious as he and we didn't have contact for over 20 years. And it was quite last minute. The flight was very expensive, and usually taking time off as a solopreneur means no income. I'm sure that if you're a coach, a consultant, you can relate. And even if you have a team without you, it's usually not the same level of income. But I had just recently launched my LinkedIn Power Lead system. So I decided to go. And it's almost a 12-hour flight from Cape Town to Amsterdam. And then plus the train ride to my sister's home. But we spent a wonderful week together. in the city Maastricht. It's in the south of in the Netherlands, one of the oldest cities in the Netherlands. With my dad, my 4 sisters, and our families. We're laughing, exploring, catching up. And I didn't know it then, but that week was the last time I would ever see him. And so looking back, it's something I'll always cherish and always be grateful for. Because here's the truth. Having the right systems isn't just about growing your business. It's about making a difference, really helping the people that you can make a difference in their lives for, and creating the freedom to focus on what truly matters, because some moments you don't get a second chance. And so I realized that my life can be divided to 2. Like before I had this LinkedIn Leads power system in place, and my life after. And I share this with you before and after to show like the impact it can have when you implement the system in your company, by showing how it impacted my life. So whether you want to get out of debt, you want to help more clients, travel to amazing companies, make more money, live the life you always knew you could create, you need the system and the knowledge. And that's how my LinkedIn events blew up. And you're here now. Sorry, this was the last one. This was an earlier one in September. As you can see, it had 39,141 people registered, and then it maxed out. So we couldn't even get more people to register for the event. So it's actually kind of a miracle you made it here, because that didn't work anymore. And that reminded me of the story of this little village that was far away, and the way they had to get through the water to the little village, they had to walk to the lake. And then the elders decided one day, okay, you know what, let's assign 2 people that can be responsible for the water, so not everybody has to walk back and forth. So the one guy, which is what most people do, you know, you start working, you start your business, he buys 2 buckets, he starts walking back and forth to the lake, takes it back to the village, sells the water, and walks again. He could do that only for so many hours. Where the other guy disappeared, and 6 months later, everybody was wondering, like, what happened to him? He was smart, so he invested in a system. So he went away, had people invest with him, designed a pipeline so that he could bring water to the city 24/7 without him having to work. So yes, it takes a bit, but once you have it, it's quite amazing. Because to build a lead generation machine, you need to solve 3 problems. And that's basically the system that I just mentioned from the lake. Because that way, like the water symbolizes like the leads flowing in, and really turning your LinkedIn profile in something that works for you. And that's the first thing. I went through that a little bit, the mistakes you see. You must craft an irresistible magnetic LinkedIn profile. You need to craft your LinkedIn profile strategically and turn it into your virtual salesperson who's willing to work 24/7. And the good news is it's not taking any holidays. Number 2 is, I'm sorry, I want to show you the case study from Jonathan Flex. So here you can see he's a career coach. It's very clear. If you want to grow your career, you need help with your resume writing, your LinkedIn profile. When you come here and you need his services, it's obvious what he does, how he can help you. So that's something you want to do, yes, is to craft your profile. Now, how do you do that? This is the formula. Really what you need to do is learn the marketing love language. I can't go into it now. There's another training. If you want, email me. We'll get you the invitation on a separate training on that. That will allow you to survey your target audience to actually discover like their language. But for now, what I like to do is use like kind of a fast track cheat sheet, which is using ChatGPT to get some of the answers in a kind of an easier way. So we'll have the link, Kara, if you have the link for the worksheet, you can download it here. That has the prompt that we can use. The first thing we want to do is to use ChatGPT to define your buyer persona. Even though you already may have it, if you already have it, you can also enter it yourself. The concept is, which is really important, is that you want ChatGPT, or if you use Perplexity or any others, it's okay too. But you want that to write your profile based on the buyer persona. Because if you do that, if you include the role, the context, the writing style, the brand tone and voice in your prompts, you'll get way better responses. So the reason why we're using this ChatGPT worksheet is to give ChatGPT the information about you, about your business, and who you want to talk to, so it can help you write a very strong LinkedIn profile. Okay, Kara, it's not working. Okay, is anybody was able to download it or not at all? No. Okay, let me do a really quick demo then, and then we'll just email you. And as I said, you can then set up a call. We can always go over it, yeah, more in person. It would have been nice if you had it now and you could see it, but I'll just share with you how it works. I am on another screen, so I have to look a little bit to the side. Basically, can you see my worksheet? Yes? Okay, great. What you do is you go here to the buyer persona prompt. And in the first of all, you have to go to file because obviously you can't edit it. Make a copy and then you save it as your own. And then in the copy, that's the version that you can edit. In the blue section, you want to define as clearly as possible what it is that you do. So in this case, I say business coach, but not just business coach, but a business coach who helps entrepreneurs create more freedom, time, and income by setting up systems, building a team, specializing in creating a better work-life balance. So whatever it is you do, give as much details as you can, because it's depending on the input that you get the best output. And so you edit this section, and then you copy this whole prompt all the way to here, up to here, and you put it in ChatGPT. Once you have your buyer persona, you use the second prompt, expand on the pains, main challenges. It really is to collect the data so that you have the right input. And from there, you use the prompts that says, hey, headline, cover copy, and event title, and all the other prompts that are here. But start with the buyer persona, because that gives you the best answers. Then once you have several, you can then, combine them and see how can you make it work for you. Really give it your own voice. I usually recommend don't copy and paste directly. See how you can tweak it, maybe combine ideas, but make it your own voice and your own flavor. And if you combine several ones, it's also usually nice if you use ChatGPT and Perplexity and you combine, because even they have different writing styles. So that's what you want to do with your profile. The key is the header, the headline, because when you send connection request, that's what people see. So make it obvious that what it is you do, how you help, instead of just having a job title that doesn't mean much to other people. So we went into, we talked about it to solve the 3 problems. Number one is your irresistible magnetic LinkedIn profile, because your LinkedIn profile is the core. It's how people connect with you. It's how people engage with you. And if you send a message, or receive a message, what's the first thing you do? You see, okay, who is this person? So make sure you have your headline, your cover, your about section, and your photo where you smile, it looks good. It's just really important for a good impression. Number 2 is you need to learn how to create the system to generate leads. LinkedIn is a great source of new business, much like the link. There's a lot of water. The question is, how do you funnel those leads, the business that is there, into your company? So you need to learn how to build the LinkedIn event power system to fill your pipeline with fresh leads every single day while continue growing your network. And there's a strategy for that. The way that you do is you set up the LinkedIn event, and actually, right here. It's very easy to set up. Make sure you set it up on your company page, not on your personal page. If you don't have a company page, it's very easy to set up. But this is important because it allows you to collect the leads. The setup is very important. You create a company page, you click on create. And then from there, you create an event. You click here on create an event. You put in your title, the date, the time, and create a good banner. Like here we have an example of Jonathan again. His title was The Hidden Job Market, How to Find Your Next Leadership Role. What's interesting that sometimes I see, and I had somebody that told me that after attending my event, which was amazing, he actually set up an event. He was so excited. The only problem was he had, I think, 20, 25 people sign up, but the 3 people that showed up were actually not interested in what he had to offer. They were not potential leads. So you need to make sure there's a bit of an art to making sure you have a headline or a title for your event that attracts the leads. Same with your LinkedIn profile. The right people have to be attracted to your message and the problem that you solve or what you educate on. So you have your profile, that's key. You need a system And in this case, there's a system for the LinkedIn event to invite people. That's the first step. I mean, obviously you're here. Then the second thing is make sure people show up and that your show up rate is good. Then the next time is the event itself, making sure that people book a call, which I hope you will do. And then the next thing is from the call, obviously following up, closing the sale. You must set up a system to set up automation to maximize sales. I mentioned earlier, the touch point can be 30 to 50 from a cold lead to a booked call. Now, in order to not lose people and to leverage your time and increase conversion, it's crucial to take advantage of the right tools to nurture the leads, to book the sales calls, and to make sure you close those who are actively searching for your solution. Because there are people right now in your network that would love to work with you if they knew what you had to offer. And that's basically the outcomes and results. As you can see here, this was Jonathan. This was one of his first events, actually. He had 45 registrations, 30 people attended, 9 sales calls booked, and he closed 2 new clients, which was an initial sale of $3,600. He offers a service now, and then obviously they can continue working with him in the coaching. So let's hear the story from him.
45 people registered, about 30 showed up, 28 of the 30 stayed to the whole length. So the engagement was excellent. And was hoping for about 5 appointments. And I think we scheduled 9 appointments.
And so again, Jonathan does these events. Most people do them once a month or every 3 weeks. He does them every other week. So just to imagine if he has like 9 calls booked every other week and is still improving as he's growing and tweaking, like with anything in marketing, you want to test it, improve it, and continue improving your conversion. So this, how do you know that the system works? You'll have a consistent flow of new leads, filling your pipeline and more sales calls. And that's exactly what you'll learn in the LinkedIn Power Lead system. Because for how many of you, adding an extra 3,000 to 7,000 per month in revenue would make a difference? Anybody would like to have 3,000 to 7,000? Hey, Rick, good to see you. It's great to see you. Oh, I see Lou. Lots of familiar faces. So yes, for sure, for most companies, it will make a big difference. And that is the system that you set up without paying for ads or cold calling. And so if that's you, let's talk. Let's see if it's a good fit for you to build your LinkedIn lead generation system. Here are a few more outcome and results. So how the way it works is we build and optimize your own LinkedIn leads power system over the next 12 months to generate 1 to 3 new leads per day and close more sales. And this is a very conservative number. As you can see, most people do way more than that. Now, Sultan Adi, he had in his last event 177 people attend, 16 sales calls booked, and he closed 7 new clients. He told me each client is about $500 to $1,000 a month. He offers virtual assistance services, so it's not also a one-time client. So 7 new clients could easily be like, yeah, 6,000 to 12,000 each per year. So it's a very, very profitable business. Gal Ezra totally did amazing. He had 844 people register for this event, 405 people attend. He actually didn't want to do calls one-on-one. He sold a training online. He closed 37 new clients at $200, so live on the event. So basically generated from his one event, 7,400 in sales. And this is Angela Leon. She says that every event they do, they have like 2 or 3 clients. So we had to stop the events because she also offers virtual assistants and she couldn't actually take on more clients at the moment. But that each event generates about 60,000 extra.
We generally, from every LinkedIn event, will get about 4 to 5 leads. People who want to right on the spot say, I want to chat, or they call me right after and say, I'd like to speak. And we at least walk out with 2 or 3 clients.
So, even if you would have 2 or 3 clients from an event, for most people, even 1 or 2 on a consistent basis and then growing from there really makes a difference. Sorry. Happens tonight. One of the things though, I realized that I've learned a lot of powerful business truths from Mayor Ezra, who's my mentor, over the years prior to the marketing secret he shared with me. And I realized that without that foundation, I may not have done so well. So I asked him, like, how can we do this? Because I'm offering LinkedIn, you have this amazing training. And he agreed to give all of you, if you're still here, so Kara's going to keep track who are the 203 people that are here now today. You'll get a full, complete 3-hour recording of Mayor Israel himself teaching business class. It's the vital business principles. It's really, wow, very, very powerful. But you may wonder, what if I will not get the LinkedIn system 100% right? Well, that leads to my 0 risk guarantees. Guarantee number 1 is you'll have 24-hour, 24/7 access to the online modules with the step-by-step guidance. So it shows you exactly step-by-step how to implement it. We provide you with the templates to make it fast and simple for you to build your LinkedIn lead generation machine. And this is really has made the biggest difference for me. You get the latest LinkedIn hacks, which is priceless. Because once you understand this, your content will just get to the next level. Your events will fill up much better and much faster. Guarantee number 2 is that one of the challenges that I've had, which really frustrated me, is what you never get when you buy a course, is help when you get stuck. So you have a question and there's just nobody to go to. So what my team will do, we have Kyra here and we have other people as well, Renelle and Tim and Rain. They will help you with tech support for the setup and the integration of your LinkedIn event and your lead generation machine. So if you need help in putting all the pieces together, because there's different tools, different automation, different systems, we're there for you to help you. You have the live group coaching calls. You can always join, get your questions answered. If you need help with the strategy, the group coaching calls are the best place. If you need help with the tech, we also make sure that we're there. Because setting up a LinkedIn event is very simple. It's not difficult. But to do it well and actually get results, there are a lot of details that need to be set up correctly. We had somebody that didn't set up her Zoom correctly, and then people were not able to join. Or what was the other thing again? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, somebody didn't have the settings right, and then they had people drawing on their screen, like weird things, or missing people that didn't get the link. Anyhow, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. The difference is when you work with me and my team is you can choose if you want to go from LA to New York to go with a horse and buggy. It's not the most comfortable. It's going to take you a long time. And yeah, you may arrive kind of sweaty by the time you get there. Or, you can come with us in a private jet, which is much faster, much more comfortable and more fun. So anybody who wants to fly in my jet? Yay, Karen is coming. Rick, I would think you would come as well. But yeah, Rick's coming as well. Amazing. So that's what I love for you to do, which brings me to guarantee number 3, that if you apply what you learn correctly by executing all the action steps on time, you will have your LinkedIn lead generation machine that brings you new leads every single week, or most even every single day, but okay. And then when you and your sales team turn those into new clients, you will make more sales than you've invested with us, guaranteed. It is obviously to you to close the leads. Here is an example of Sean, how well they did.
As a result, we had about 50 calls booked within about 2 months, and one of which became a very massive potential strategic partner that we're in early talks on, and it's going very, very well, which would roll us out to probably a good percentage of the largest property management company in the United States, which has been a huge deal for us.
And so that is what possible. Now you may be wondering, how much does it cost to set all this up? Well, it costs as much as a small car, but if you cannot afford it, you better join because you really need it. If you've been working 5, 10, 20 years or more, and you don't have a few $1,000s to invest in yourself and the expansion of your company, you really better do something different and start investing in yourself now, because it will cost you more not to join. As I showed you earlier, you are sitting on a gold mine. How much revenue did you miss already? And just based on the statistics, if you have the 5,000 connections in your network, there's about 50 people ready to buy. Now, if you have an offer, it can be anywhere between 2,000 or maybe even 10,000. That's a lot of money sitting there. So I suggest let's chat and see how can we get the money into your bank account. Yeah, this one actually I have. And the question is, if not this, then what? If not me, then who? If not now, then when? there is gold in your LinkedIn network, as I mentioned. This was just an example of 5,000. So you're sitting there and like 10% of you had 10,000 connections or more. Just look at these numbers and see, okay, maybe it's worth to invest. How can I get the money out of my network actually in my bank account? And having the system that runs gives you the freedom to choose, freedom to help more people, and freedom to really make a difference. And yeah, as I mentioned in my example, allowing me to have those special moments.